His own master died at his hands, and he had fellow students kidnapped and tortured just because they didn't... If you think you've seen this person, you must report it to the authorities at once. It is your duty.
Hello again, I suppose. Yes, more. We're members of the local...
This buffoon.
Go then.
No, no, we can't allow that to happen. It would be too much to bear. But this poor wretch isn't much good either. No, not at all. But what else is there? What else is there? Work, damn you, work! Huh? What do you want? You can't have me, corpse. Not yet. You're not dead. I'm sorry, I just panicked. I thought you were some spirit here for revenge. Ah, well, my work, you see, while very important, may upset some of those spirits not fully at peace. My name is Wenzi, but the few who come here call me mad. Mad Wen, they say, but I am not mad. I am desperate, it is true, but I know what I am doing. The vengeful spirits of this place will not hold me. I am conducting my research. I am a doctor by trade, studying the internals of the body and the energies that drive it. But lately, I have come on hard times. My daughter, Wen Siwei, has fallen ill, and nothing in my previous training could help me with what ails her. Her liver has been rotted from within, corrupted by some energy I have never encountered before. I don't know what it is, but it has prevented her liver from functioning. Now her body no longer responds. I fear she is dying. I could not stand the possibility of her loss, so I took matters into my own hands. I researched the workings of the body and the spirit, as well as the lore of the creatures that live beyond death. I believe I have found a way to save my daughter, but I have not been successful in my efforts. I have found a way to strengthen, no, to replace the corrupt flesh of one living creature with that of another. Through the energies of the earth and by the divine will of heaven, her body can be made to accept the organ as if it were a part of her. She can be given a new life. But these cursed, wretched corpses do nothing for me. They are too old, too dead. Their organs are rotted beyond repair, even the ones recently buried. I need something else, something more. Either one that is perfectly preserved or one that is fresh. Her time is drawing near. If I cannot get a new organ for her soon, I fear it may be too late. I need a liver that has been perfectly preserved. Even a short time after death, the flesh begins to decay. Only a few rare bodies are truly well preserved. I have tried all the organs I could find, but none work. A nobleman here, Jizin, had his body preserved well enough and buried in this graveyard, but his corpse has moved. Thank you. Whatever I can give you in reward, I will. Please hurry. The nobleman was buried in one of the larger tower tombs closer to the entrance. I tried to enter, but his corpse had risen, covered in the protective wrappings he was buried in. I would not have survived. Please, get the liver from him quickly.
Where has Shen taken him? Yes. If you know me, then you must know the pain I feel. My baby! That monster Shen has taken him from me. He was only a few moments old when that vile man took him from me, ripped him from my arms and carried him away. Please find my baby. Bring him back to me. Let me know how he's doing. Please. You have to help me find him. Shen must know where he is. That abominable little man took him from me. Kill him. Torture him. Whatever you need. Just find my baby. Find that hideous little man and bring the truth out of him however you can.
I do not like this place. Even compared to the rest of the necropolis, this is a dark and troubled place.
Is someone there? You. What do you want? Have you come to torture me more? Have you come to see me suffer here unavenged? No one cries for merchant buy. You know of me? You've heard about the pains I suffered in life, and this continued torment I have to endure in death? You can understand? You don't run in terror like the rest. Instead, you talk to me. Perhaps you can help. I was a merchant in life, Not a rich one, but I made enough to survive. I sold mostly to the poorer sections of the city. My goods weren't the finest, but they were practical. At the time, there were a pair of brothers, Seat Su and Si Ran, who were the terror of the streets. They extorted money and goods from everyone. They tried to extort from me. When I wouldn't give them what they wanted, they decided to make an example of me. They killed me and mutilated me, and left me dead in that alley. They terrorized the city for weeks after that, but they were finally run down. That might have been where it ended, just as done, but it wasn't. They were buried here, with me. Their deaths, execution by beheading, were harsh enough that they have risen again. My spirit cannot rest quiet with them here. Even now in death, they mock me and torment me as they did in my final moments of life. They drive me mad! Yes, yes! If my killers are at least removed from this world, their spirits will no longer torment me. You must find a way to defeat them and drive them from this place. They were common criminals, so they were not given a normal burial. They were dumped in a communal grave underground to the south. I'm sure you can find them. Thank you, stranger. If you can truly help me, if you do, I'll show you something that even Shen hasn't found yet.
Dancing pretty lights. There's fire in the air and fire inside. They scream like music. You'll scream like a demon when fading moon puts the light inside of you. There's more than that on my head. There's a crown of flame that burns all the time, even when it gets tighter. You'll scream like those maggot people leeching off the Empire until they burn.
I am healed.
Ah, look who has come to see us. A mortal, then? Shall we feast, brother?
Yes, I want to hear his screams as I tear the skin from his bones.
Have you managed to defeat them at last? Thank you, thank you. I feel as if a great weight has been lifted from my spirit. Here, let me show you this. Something Shen hasn't found yet. I hope you use it well, and thank you.
I'll have her head! That cheating, lying sow! Sullying the Ren name and dragging it in the dirt like this! Putting me in the dirt! Ren Fang, if I ever get my claws on you, I'll leave you a stinking, bloated corpse! You've heard of me? What do you know? What do you want here? I have no time for idiots who only want to rob my grave. I exist only for revenge. Revenge on my wife, who after so much talk of faithfulness and love, decided she would be better off without me. She killed me! Poisoned me in my own house. When I find her... How can I let the past go when my very reason for existing in this world still is her? She was everything to me in life, and is so in death as well. Find her. Bring her to me. Let me kill her and draw the last agonizing breaths from her body, and you will have my eternal gratitude. Most likely, she's still at our old home. It's in the market district near the entrance to the Black Leopard School. Find her and bring her to me.
Haven't you killed it yet? I can't do anything without my tools. I can't get you your reward for anything else either till it's gone. Haven't you... Yeah, I guess you could say that. She was my mother-in-law. Never once in her life did she say a kind word to me, and now she tried to keep at me even in death. You got what you deserved! Do you hear me? You deserved it! But any good job deserves a reward, of course. Here you go. She had some nice things in her grave, too. Since she's gone, I guess she won't be keeping me from them anymore. It's not a robbery. We're family. I'm just taking it back. Besides, she doesn't need it anymore, and I do. Now, go and find those ghosts I told you about. Can't get a good day's work done with them still around. The grave-digging business sure is a killer. What do you need? What about them? Well, that makes things easier on me, for sure. Now I can start selling those old plots again. Next time I'll just throw the bones in the river and be done with it. Here's the reward I promised you. Now, if you find any more, remember, I'll pay good money for you to put them back down again. So get out there and get some ghosts. Venerated ancestors. Anything else you want to know about the ghosts? Ah, Miss Chan. A tragedy, really, and one that happens all too often. It's always the pretty ones who go. She died in childbirth, and the baby died with her. Her family put her in the family plot along with her son. She came up again recently, looking for revenge on me. She seems to think that I killed her baby, or took it, or something. Maybe she saw me take away the body, but she won't believe me. Every time I go near, she tries to kill me. That's valuable retail space over there. Her baby? Not much. It's in one of the plots there. I'm sure you can find it if you look. It was a long time ago. I don't even remember what his name was. But it was short, I know that. Definitely less than 3 words. But... sorry, that's really all I remember. Anything else you want to know about the ghosts? He was buried by his wife a short while ago. I don't know what killed him. The family wouldn't talk about it. But his face was bloated like you wouldn't believe. His wife's still around, though. She won't visit since he came up. Every time she gets near, he starts screaming incoherently, and he's out of it for days. Nothing near him is safe. His wife, she's still around in town, I think. She lives down in the market district near the entrance to the Black Leopard School. Why would you want to see her, though? She's already buried him. Digging through the ashes, is that it? Good luck. She's still hung up on him. Anything else you want to know about the ghosts? Oh, well, if you do find one, put it back in the ground. That's when you'll get your money. Is there anything else? Well, you know where to find me.
I am healed.
I've seen some strange things.
Yes. Is there something I can do for you? Yes. Yes, I am. How do you know my name? Have we met? It should never have happened. I was preparing dinner for him, as I normally did, but it burned, so I went and bought some food already prepared. It was the salmon. I knew it smelled odd when I bought it, but the price was right, and I needed it in a hurry, and I'm so ashamed. Yes, it is. No matter what you say, I will live the rest of my life with this guilt. But what pains me more is that his spirit cannot rest. I have tried to visit his grave, but his madness knows no bounds. He seeks to drive me away at all costs. I think he might even try to kill me. His hatred is unreasoning, but understandable. He has never been able to listen long enough to have me explain what happened. It must be dreadful for him. He never listens to me. He doesn't give me a chance, but maybe if you were there with me, could you be there with me? If you believe me, he might listen. Yes, if we went together, he might listen. Can we go now then, to see him?
You're back to gloat over this victory of yours, Harpy? Causing my torment and death, is that satisfying to you? How can you be so certain? How can you believe her after you know what she's done to me?
Because he believes me. He has seen me at our home mourning for you still. Not a day has gone by where I didn't cry over your death. It almost makes me wish you'd have your wish, just so I could be with you again.
Feng, you really do care. Then all this time, my cursing, it was wrong. You killed me, but I see now in those eyes I fell in love with that you didn't mean to and that it pains you greatly. I forgive you, Feng.
Thank you for what you have done, for both of us. In time, I hope I can repay you your kindness.
They tried to take from me, and they died. I feasted on their souls. Such is the evil I was in life, and am again in death. The underworld has no place for me. Ji-Sin lives. I am evil incarnate, a man so vicious and vile that the spirits deemed me unfit to pass into death, and cursed me into this wretched form. Ji-Sin lives, indeed. Now I feed on the flesh and souls of the living, in payment for my vanity. My perfect body is a testament to my crimes. My very touch spreads my corruption. A chance to repent. Can it be that after all this time, after years of living death, I am given this one chance to make something right? What is this chance you speak of, mortal? What is this false hope you dangle before me? A girl. After so long, a girl. But I'm a vile and corrupt being, forever damned by the life I led, set here in this wretched form to walk forever. Redemption, for one such as me? I think not. My life was spent in greed and vanity and corruption. Even in death, I sought to preserve my perfect form. For one whose madness and evil progress even into death? No, there is no hope for me. None at all. And you stand here mocking me for it? Ah, the temptation. Yes. So much logic, so much philosophy. But who knows what the heavens will truly decide in the end? But for the chance, and it is a girl, so young, I can taste her pain and suffering lingering about you, so like my own. The blood is thick in my veins, a solid mass where fluid used to flow, now dried and brittle. But the heart still stirs, and it can be moved, though tears no longer flow. My life has been wasted on my own sins, and in death, I have nothing except them. This young thing, this girl, she still deserves life. If my end means this girl lives, then may the heavens look kindly upon me, even though I know they won't. If damnation is my fate, then let it be worth something in the end. Take what you need, mortal.
I am healed.
You! Have you managed to find some way to help me? You do? Thank you, thank you. Yes, it looks like it's been preserved well enough. I am amazed that you managed to get this intact. Now I must begin quickly. Her life energy is fading fast. It looks like the operation has worked. She should be safe now. Her breathing has slowed and her heart rate is returning to normal levels. It will be some time before she can stand on her own again. But I'm certain she will make it. Not here, though. Not in this place of death. Thank you, stranger, for what you have done for me. As I promised, I will give you all that I have left. Everything else was spent in pursuit of this dream. I must take her to a place where she can heal. You have my eternal gratitude for what you have done.
Thank you for what you have done. I have been redeemed in my own eyes and in the eyes of heaven. Peace indeed can come to any soul.
Good can come from any man. His choice saved him.
I am healed.
found... No. No! I can't... I refuse to believe it. My darling, precious little boy. He can't be dead. Not now. Not like this. He must be out there. I must see him with my own eyes. I can't believe anything you say. Words lie. People lie. I must see him with my own eyes. If he were dead, he would be here in my family plot with my other relatives. If your lies are true, then Shen, that murdering monster, would have buried him here. All my family is here. But I don't know these names. I don't know my baby's name. My family would have named him after I passed beyond. Shen must know, or there must be some way to find him. I remember so little since I passed away. Please find my baby and... Have you found my baby? Are you sure? I know I wouldn't be able to stand it if I was separated from him again. Please don't let this madness consume me. Are you sure it is the right grave? I cannot read. Which one is he? This is him! My poor darling! Shen, too. He is truly dead, after all. I could not bring myself to believe it. Dead before his time. He rests here near my own body. My darling, darling boy. I come to you now.
The grave-digging business sure is a killer. What do you need? What about them? Well, that's a relief. Can't have her going off and trying to rip out my eyes or something every time I go around there. I need those eyes. Here's the reward I promised you. Now, if you find any more, remember, I'll pay good money for you to put them back down again. So get out there and get some ghosts. Venerated ancestors. Anything... good riddance. Hells, it was probably his old lady that offed him in the first place, and for good reason too, I bet. It's all just business to me, you understand? Here's the reward I promised you. You know, you've done a lot of good here in the Necropolis. You've managed to clear out pretty much all of the really troublesome spirits here. One spirit didn't stay here at all, though. Took up his body and left. Moved in with his son, I heard, and the son isn't pleased. He even asked me for a refund. Now that was an expensive burial. I can't give refunds like that. It's bad for business, too, having my customers getting up and walking away. That's where you come in. I need you to go to the tanners in the city core and put his father back in his grave once and for all. It's Tanner Fong. There'll be an extra big reward for that one. Is there anything else you need right now? Well...
Sipa sa ayer ki unyer, kwa nur shinro ni sipa. Owo sa ayer u yukap tantano nano, wo tarwayer shafir owo. Owo sa ayer u yukap tantano nano, wo tarwayer shafir owo. Owo sa ayer u yukap tantano nano, wo tarwayer shafir owo.
Sun ponono, yapapap nasia uyo sa yeruth. Sa iriagawa, kokonato siri panoneniku. Wotowe ukawana ir usoanata hoki. Miato nonapadi irovia. Onoyu wa kitsuo sa iroko wa shusi. Okie fakania, ni ukoristo wipa. Ikirnik tine piru, uiperek uksun puno. Niato nonapadi irovia, kuni uknawata ir. Wo anania ifewir ook sonorok noka ook snapir. Konir fuk no sankod na no wana napir. Isana yoyo. Tasi si tintu. Fonye wo si wo tahufu. Ikirnik tine pirwo wo iferek ook son puno. We will kukupir finish takawa. Wo anania ife. Ikirnik tine pirwo.
Wo afaweer sun urk vonir ook. Oeksier sa fit kup wo sarkir. Usosier uthak taraweir. Shathir owosu.
Niato wo nanapadi irovir. Koni ook nawata ir.
Ak nukwaer tu ak ifruir nuk a pifu taptuir kwaer vernurt.
He didn't deserve to die.
Koni ak anatir ud kwaer washun. Ok yo wil rufir ni sair shenefushpa, sair renkipa, sair thinopi wuwuth u sair. Ak we wo ofir, san kasowir wo siyutana.
Wokirwir. No fantayana ukona ni pinatawa. Niato wo nanapadi irovir.
Wo afaweer sun urk vonir ook. Oeksier sa fit kup wo sarkir.
Kwa air. Kiir iyo ni wo sahir brante.
Ono yu will rapir. Sakwanu yawuni.
Kwa air. Kiir iyo ni wo sahir brante. Irkana. Wo nikasurir kwana no kasa iriro.
Ono yu will napair wo kwaer shapshir fan ono yu sair ikupan. Ono yu sair akanto kithir.
Tawe kawana sonir ipoki.
Wo kausoir no ka wowo tarweir shaksiro finupi.
Irkana. Wo nikasurir kwana no.
The grave-digging business... What do you... Of course he was dead. The family wouldn't exactly have given me a live man to bury, now would they? That would be unprofessional. Can't have stuff like that getting around. You, dealt with the problem, though? Well, that's good, I guess. As long as I'm not giving any refunds, of course. Here's what I promised you. Business has been more lively lately with you around. A little gravedigger humor there, see? Lively? I'm good. Not at the moment, no. As for later, who knows? You never can tell with life. Or death.
I greet you, sir. I wonder if you might have some silver to spare. I come from a very wealthy family. As such, I have a certain lifestyle to maintain. Parties, female admirers, lots of wine. You understand. I have to have an income, don't I? My father looked at my considerable expenses and told me to get my own silver. Of course, I am a noble. The shame of manual labor or the stink of trade must not be allowed to touch me, or even waft its way close to me. How could there be shame? You've got it and I want it. Should I steal it? Never. Simply ask like a civilized soul, I say. I read all the greatest philosophers and consulted with wise men before reaching this decision. I assure you the philosophical underpinnings are quite sound. Wisdom is only gained by experience, wine, women, and song, as it were. But a life of revel with no reflection still does not lead to true wisdom. One must ponder, one must daydream. Even if I could bear the shame of sullying my hands with work, when would I think? How could I grow wise? Well, it loses some of the subtlety when you put it that way, but yes. I thank you. It's not easy for one such as I. I have it far more difficult than the impoverished beggars of this city. Farewell.
Unconvincing sincerity. The long drought was clearly not caused by any excessive bathing on your part.
The Imperial City is a vast place, my friend. Be sure you don't get lost.
Your parentage is below average, and your ancestry is of questionable worth. You dress yourself in the manner of a common laborer. Nobody's paying any attention.
Keep trying, just as I instructed.
Your physique seems exceptional. Clearly you are a peasant. A noble could afford sloth. Your breath is like the wind of an ox. Your last meal was of suspect quality. Your beliefs are superficial, and your culture is substandard.
You are right to demand an explanation. Forgive my servant. I instructed him to find someone not distracted by mere insults, someone who would command respect. Your demand for justification of his arguments was admirable. You are exactly what we need. An outlander strolled into the city several days ago and now sits like a cormorant taking what he wants from the river of our hospitality. He balks at our attempts to calm him and answers requests for payment with strange coins of questionable value. He needs to go. The outlander is not a dignitary or traveling merchant. He is a parody of civilized behavior. He spews insults at the Emperor himself. So far, he has escaped the notice of any higher officials. Perhaps he was mistaken for an actor in a troupe, but that will not last. If he is reported, the Lotus Assassins will take notice. They'll want to know if he was harbored or his offense was encouraged. Guilt by association is enough for them. That's what's so infuriating. He doesn't respond to reason. He proposes challenges we don't understand, and then declares himself the winner. Several of our brightest have faced him, but as soon as they get the better of him, he sets off his strange firework and says they are beaten. Normally, the peasants like it when we intellectuals are maligned, But they tire of his presence too. Getting rid of this nuisance will endear you to many. I hope your ability matches your conviction. Several others have fallen short, despite their outrage at his antics. He is in the Scholar's Garden, and no amount of opposition has moved him. Please, I hope you will prove to be a worthy opponent.
I haven't seen any ghosts wandering in the city, and I hope I never do.
Watch yourself around the Lotus Assassin.
The busy...
Always a pleasure. Yes, I heard that Fading Moon's arsons had ended. Excellent work. Burning the poor is troubling after a fashion, but the scholars and merchants, that was a mistake. Yes, of course they do. And they shall have exactly as much protection as they can afford to contribute to the taxes. Here's the standard bounty. Accept it with the thanks of the Empire. Is there anything else that the Imperial Army can do for one of our fine citizens? Right you are. Remember to keep an eye out for anyone suspicious.
Yes? I like to think that we can take time to talk about important things. That is not really necessary right now, although I do enjoy the attention. We have come so far together. Thank you for that. I've only been here as long as you have. I doubt I have any information you would find useful. All right, what did you want to ask? We just have to keep going. That's all we can do. Don't go too far. I'd get lost in this city. I know it.
I trust your plans go well, despite the dangers you face and inflict. Is there something I can do for you? I think it's unwise to trust the Emperor's daughter. She acts without regard for her station, but she is a slave to it like we all are. What other truths might she have missed? She may have good information for you, but I suspect she has her own agenda. Be careful.
I will answer if it suits me.
Goodbye.
What do you want? This place is evil. I don't like it here. The people, they're hurting too. A black cloud hangs over this place. Please, don't leave me behind here. Not alone. Is there anything else you want? Okay.
Yes? How can this humble bunmaster assist you today? Asking the same question over and over and expecting a different answer. That is the definition of a pestering and overbearing wife. Please try to stop reminding me of my missing missus. It is a memory too painful to bear. As you say. Yes? Not now. Memories of my wife.
What? What do you want? No, I don't think so. I've told you to watch your back, and that's all you need to hear for now. If anything needs to be done beyond that, I'll do it. I don't know. Hopefully nothing, but I'm keeping my eyes open. You just carry on and know that the Black Whirlwind's got your back. Not literally, of course. I respect you too much to go grabbing anything posterior. Good idea. You've got bigger things to worry about than me anyway. Not much bigger, mind you. Well, the city has everything you could ever want. Fighting, money, wine, and... oh, well, women! Whatever.
Always happy to... I was just thinking that we should keep at finding a way to the Imperial Palace. It's not that I don't want to talk. Of course.
I didn't expect you in your strange training to make it to the Imperial City. You are proving to be a very interesting person. Of course, I could tell that just by looking at you. You have a very strong presence. As the Heavenly Lily, I am above suspicion, but I am restrained by fawning servants. Silk Fox can go anywhere, and people are not shy about their reactions. There is a thrill, of course, and it allows me to find information useful to us both. Death's Hand brought your master Li to the palace a few days ago. I saw the flyer. He was bound in chains. He must be powerful, but I still don't believe he is Sun Li, the glorious strategist. I was too young to know him. I was told that he and Prince Qin, the third brother, fell defending the Empire 20 years ago. Now it seems they may have been traitors. I discovered this looking through records for information on Death's Hand. Perhaps he tried to influence Sun Li and Sun Qin before corrupting my father. But it doesn't matter who your master is. I could take you to the palace, but Death's Hand controls what my father hears. He must be discredited for you to succeed. Death's Hand has almost total control over my father. We must find conclusive evidence of his crimes and reveal his corruption. And I know how. Construction on the wall has stopped for the first time in generations. The workers now toil in factories building powerful creatures of stone and clay called golems. Death's Hand could use these automatons to seize the Empire, and my father is oblivious. We must infiltrate the Lotus Assassins and find evidence of this treachery. We need proof of Death's Hand's intent from the seat of his power, the Lotus Assassin Fortress. It would be impossible to assault, so just walk in. They are recruiting. Have any Lotus Assassins who saw your face lived to report back? I doubt it. They will not recognize you as the person who fought them in Tian's Landing. They have a vague description full of guesswork that has guards holding people at random. Besides, they expect an attack, not someone trying to catch their eye. I would wager that you may profit from their tasks too. Can you see the beauty in using their own methods of recruitment to fight them? I think they deserve it. There are guilds within the Lotus Assassins. Executioners look for fearsome warriors. Inquisitors are more subversive, and they look for cunning in their agents. If you prove yourself in the arena, they will notice you. My people can spread rumors of your interest. The Executioner will take a real interest when you finish the silver round. Or if you prefer, the Inquisitor recruiter is also seeking new people. He might be open to persuasion. Death's Hand rules over the Lotus Assassins, so I take special interest in their activities. I've had most of my life to ask questions. You suspect my motives? You have no reason to doubt me. If I wanted the Lotus Assassins to find you, I could simply tell them your name. Yes, I will have my people spread rumors of your interest. Once you pass the silver round, the Executioner will take an interest. I'm sure he will find you as impressive as I do. Or, if you prefer, court the Inquisitor. Ask Scholar Dongao in the Scholar's Garden about him. I hear Dongao is closer to the Assassins than he should be. I will wait at your flyer. Or I could travel with you. Before you get too lost, perhaps we should, discuss how closely we will be working together? Of course. I look forward to it.
Yes? I like to think that we can take time to talk about... I don't want to seem ungrateful for her help, but having Silk Fox here is causing me some concern. I mean, she is the daughter of the Emperor, and we do not know his role in Master Li's capture. Can she be trusted? So you don't trust her fully, but you invite her into our midst. I'm not sure I understand that, especially when she's so confrontational. The princess? The daughter of the Emperor is jealous of me? I think the size of our task has addled your senses. What could I possibly have that would make her jealous? Does a woman from the borderlands have that the princess herself does not? What? I'm sorry. You caught me off guard for a moment. You have always been a good friend to me, but I never meant... I mean, I couldn't... No. No, I should have more control over this. This is too uncertain. You can't manipulate me into admitting something like this. Not when you can leave whenever you want. Don't juggle your words. I am not amused by it. You know very well what I mean. It's probably at the front of your mind all the time for all I know. I prefer to have more control over myself, and as much control over what goes on around me as possible. Silk Fox, or whatever she wants to be called, is an unknown I can't compensate for. I can't stay in balance if I don't know what she represents. You and I, we talk and share thoughts, but she forces me to consider where that might lead, both good and bad. I'm not ready for that. I suppose it does. Strange that you are becoming more adept at reading my moods than I am. I think we will have a great deal more to discuss in the coming days. I'm looking forward to it. Until then, thank you for being so understanding. Master Li was right. You are special. All right. What did you want to ask? We just have to keep going.
Well, look who we have here. There's no princess to save you this time.
Do you think we'd forget? You can't humiliate us and just walk away. We'll teach you to insult a guard of the Imperial City. White Demon!
I am healed.
Welcome, friend. The lecture won't be starting for a little while, though your enthusiasm is appreciated. I wouldn't worry about seating. Those interfering philosophers had made sure that very few people will be attending the lecture. Certainly. We can't learn without asking questions. How can I help you today? Don't let the name fool you. There are fewer scholars here than you might think. We are far outnumbered by those obstinate philosophers. The philosophers believe that the gods dictate everything, from the rising of the sun to the changing seasons. If the summer ends too soon or too late, the gods must be angry. Of course, anyone who cares to look can see that the birds control the weather. I have noted with some accuracy that the birds predict the seasons. I have a theory that the massive movements of birds in the autumn and spring actually cause the prevailing winds to change direction. When birds fly south just before autumn, they cause the winds to change. We get cold air from the north until the spring, when the birds reverse the winds again. It's really quite simple, but just try telling that to one of the philosophers. Don't get me wrong, I like most of the philosophers, but their strict adherence to aging traditions makes them very difficult to deal with. They're always preaching about peace and harmony. Really, we kill and subdue the creatures of this world in order that we can survive. Where's the peace in that? Can a man survive long enough without eating meat? What about the grains we use to make our bread, or the hides we use for any number of things? We consume constantly. Peace and harmony are wonderful ideals, but in nature only the strong survive, and they don't do it by being peaceful. I'm glad you asked. Today I will speak on my theories of cloud formation. That was my first major discovery, though it hasn't been widely accepted yet. The basic principles are really quite simple. I deduced after lengthy study that clouds are formed by the moisture escaping from our bodies. When the weather is cool, you can clearly see small clouds escaping from people's mouths. Similar clouds form on the skin of people working strenuously in the cold. These clouds of breath rise up and collect near the tallest peaks, where it is almost always cloudy. This was one of my finest discoveries. What? Huh, that's quite a question. I'm not sure who told you, but I'd appreciate it if you would keep your voice down when asking those kinds of questions. Nobody here suspects me to be anything but an overzealous scholar, and I'd like to keep it that way. So you want to know about the recruiter? You have a flying machine, do you not? Yes, I know about that. Go back to the landing area and someone will meet you there. The location is public, yet relatively private. Common folk are not welcome on the landing area, so there will be no crowds to hide spies, or an ambush. If the Lotus Assassins wanted you dead, your life would be over before you even knew you were in danger. I don't think so. I've already told you what you need to know. I'm not about to risk being discovered.
Well, we got what we wanted. I just hope you know what you're getting into. We should head back to the Dragonfly and let the others know what's happening.
Focusing one's thoughts requires balance. Living without balance.
Hello there, traveler. Forgive my forwardness, but I noticed your arrival earlier while I was at the tavern. That flying machine of yours is truly a marvel. I actually have a design for a new prototype flyer, and I hope to get funding to build it one day. The other scholars aren't interested in my inventions, though. Me? You want to ask me something? Well, sure, I'd be glad to help you if I can. What would you like to know? Oh, I'm Scholar Zenyu. I'm one of the newer scholar elites. I was actually born in the poor quarter, but my uncle brought me here when I was only 10. He knew I would never have a chance at a real life unless I had some proper schooling. I've lived here with him ever since. That's right, you're new here, aren't you? Well, where should I begin? There's so much to tell you. There are several important areas here in the city. Of course, there are also many different services, too. I'm not sure what to tell you first. Sure. Well, let's see. This place is the Scholars' Garden. For the most part, only stuffy old philosophers and scholars reside here. Farther down toward the city, you'll find the Golden Way. Many wealthy people live and work there. Hopefully some willing to fund one of my inventions. Then there's the Market District, near where you landed earlier. Most of the city does its business there. It's an interesting place. At least, I think so. You'll also find the path to the Black Leopard School there, across the river from the arena. I haven't been there, but I hear it's an interesting place to visit. One of the best places in the city is the arena. Just don't tell my masters I said so. If you go to the arena, you'll also see the heart of the Empire Tavern. And of course, there are several shops and merchants with all manner of supplies available. All of that can be found in the Market District. I'm not supposed to go there. At least not when I'm studying, but it's hard to resist. It's known as the best tavern in all the Empire. I actually do some of my best thinking while I'm there. I like to sit in the upper rooms with a bit of wine and just look out over the city, or the arena. Of course. What do you want to know? Sure. What would you like to know? Now there's a question you don't hear very often. Not too many people like to talk about him. In fact, if I were you, I'd be careful who I ask. I'm not one to believe in superstitious nonsense, but I still wouldn't want to draw his attention. He's very powerful and very dangerous. Some people even suggest that he has gained some control over our honorable emperor. I find it hard to believe, but I suppose it's possible. A city like this always has rumors. Some people say the ghosts are angry and attacking innocent people. Another rumor suggests the emperor is dying. But I wouldn't believe any of that. Just because the emperor hasn't been seen in a while doesn't mean he's ill. Perhaps he just wants some solitude. The emperor is a wise and powerful man. How else could he have solved the drought so many years ago? I wasn't born then, but I've heard the stories. It's true that he hasn't been seen much recently, but I don't think it's anything to worry about. It's not like the Empire is falling apart in his absence. Maybe he's just taking a rest from all the hard work he's done. Nobody deserves a rest more than the Emperor. I think they are just rumors. I haven't seen any ghosts at all, angry or otherwise. If the ghosts are angry about something, why aren't they here right now? Come to think of it, I don't know any one person who's ever seen a ghost. I prefer to spend my time and energy on things that are real. Designing a new prototype flying machine, now that's important. Sure. What would you like to know? All right then. Goodbye.
Osansiasono go boko. Koni uk noia kup sa ia sisia su uko. Pakeni wa kawane ya. Awa utko wo kokopia. Wasafno sositu no ko ota napia ifa ia ok. Wo kupketita sumpono, sathwa kawi ia ifiak. Wo so awi ia ni tu uk sumpono. Kutkosi wiwa ia, wo nawia ifa wia ok. Koni uk noia kup sa ia sisia su. O ifo ia uk sonko noko isansia. Ni wupa ia kupu sa ia awath kraka ia nano uksaro awath utkua wo kokopia kawa ia ewo.
Wakawe yatanke yanano wo yawasonoak. Uksa iespithuki ukoniero thakno. Uksa ia kawaii ia a ithino nahipino feitea. Yo.
Greetings, and welcome to the Scholar's Garden. I am Philosopher Xiao, one of the many masters you will see here during your visit. I see by your accoutrements that you are not from the Imperial City. I hope your visit here is one of fulfillment and success. As sagacious Tien once said, more valuable than silk are new friends in a foreign land. If you need anything, I will be glad to assist you. As sagacious Tien once said, kind words and respectable attire are seldom a sign of true character. Only deeds reveal the intent of the soul. I am glad to help you in any way I can. I am honored that you would ask me, though I must warn you, the teachings take a lifetime to learn and cannot be taught in a day. Perhaps I could explain the core principles of Tien's teachings. I could recite the history of Tien if you like. The teachings of sagacious Tien are very simple, but the implications are astoundingly complex. At the heart of the teachings are the concepts of harmony and discord. Also referred to as the way of the open palm and the way of the fist, one cannot exist without the other, but neither can they coexist in one person. Harmony with the world comes from understanding your place in the world. An ant that believes it is a tiger will never achieve harmony. In other words, accepting your place in the world and using your skills accordingly is the optimal way of following the path of harmony. Discord is the other side of the coin. People who choose the path of discord seek their own advancement over everything else. These people will ignore the world and use whatever means necessary to raise themselves above their station. Sagacious Tien taught both harmony and discord to his students, for one cannot be fully known without the other. However, he himself followed the way of harmony. Sagacious Tien was the first emperor of the Jade Empire. He was a philosopher and a leader without compare, unifying the warring factions of his time. His teachings founded this great empire, though there was very little written about Tien himself. We do know that he brought peace to the people of the empire, and since that time, his teachings have guided hundreds of generations of followers. Of course. What would you like to know? The Scholar's Garden is the seat of learning in the Jade Empire. The philosophers and scholars who live here dedicate their lives to the pursuit of wisdom. The scholars are dedicated to unlocking the secrets of the physical world. Many still follow the teachings of sagacious Tien, though some take their studies too far. I am certainly not opposed to their ways of study. Indeed, the scholars have made many wonderful and important discoveries. We philosophers dedicate our lives to the study and teaching of the ways of sagacious Tien. We believe in peace and harmony and balance. Many find it difficult to grasp the significance or usefulness of our studies, but we assist anyone willing to learn the ancient teachings. Of course. What would you like to know? I am afraid I would not be the best person to ask, but there are others to whom I could direct you. You could ask young scholar Zenyu. He spends a good deal of time in the city enjoying worldly pursuits, though he does not think his masters know it. There is also a man named Bai who works near the Imperial Arena. He is renowned for his knowledge of the city. As you wish. With luck, the winds of heaven will bring us together again one day. Farewell.
As amusing as your savage dances are, once again I have proven the superiority of setting your nose to the grindstone and not mucking about. Now bring some refreshments in a proper mug, or I'll take back the coins of my home and country. Don't you heathens know the worth of a proper king's halfpenny?
Generous visitor, if our customs are so displeasing to you, perhaps you should find lodging elsewhere?
Please? And leave you lot to your primitive ways? Tell them what I think of that, Squire Percival.
Sir Roderick Ponce von Fontelbottom, the magnificent bastard, will do no such thing. He means to educate you all.
Good lad. Found him wading in the mud, planting weeds. You can't keep your crackers crisp doing that. Can't help you if you don't know the horror of a soggy biscuit. I've given him dignity, and unless one of you has the will to deny that I'm your better, I suggest you start learning. We'll have you in proper trousers by the morrow. Oh, what's that? Someone stepping to the fore? Let's have a look at you. Ah, you look quick with your fists, but I'll wager your head falls behind. Too much time slapping each other, and not enough time strapped to a desk in a decent classroom. The simple truth is that I have bested every one of you who has come forward, whether in tests of wit or combat. You faced a champion of king and country. Now, I didn't ask to land here, but if a storm is going to cast my ship into the very heart of such a dark empire, I'll bring the light of knowledge wherever I can. You must hunger for guidance. You're like children. I mean, only a handful of you can even grow a decent moustache. What kind of place is this? Can you now? Shall we put that to a test? I welcome the chance that you might impress me with a glimmer of intelligent insight. But I will acknowledge that I am likely to disagree just because I know you are, lacking. We will need educated men to judge the merits of our arguments. I've gone to great pains to learn your barbaric tongue, only to find that none of you has much to say. Can you convince me otherwise? I've heard a distinct lack of couplets and quatrains, to say nothing of pentameters. Is it any wonder you people live as you do? I charge you with defending the heart of your people. If a group of judges determines that you have adequately done so, I will declare you the winner. Whoever you wish. These five, standing here. I'm sure there will be a balance of opinion. The test must be fair. Go on, talk to them all to prove I haven't coerced them. We'll begin the debate when you're ready. Then we'll see how you fare in combat. Doubt you'll do very well. Like the rest, you're all just too damn skinny.
I heard you accept the Outlander's challenge. I'm grateful you have seen fit to defend us all. I would be honored to sit in judgment of the debate. Several of my fellow scholars have also volunteered. To do otherwise would only help the Outlander win in the long run. If he wants a true debate, we will allow it to progress fairly. Of course, I doubt his arguments will have the weight that he expects, not here in the heart of the Jade Empire. I am ill-equipped to see my own faults, but I, like my fellow scholars, am adept at exploiting the weaknesses of others. Scholars Heng and Zhao are easily swayed with simple facts. Cite such details and they are certain to change their opinion either for or against. The best course is to appeal to the individual preferences of the judges. We are theoretical thinkers, really. It is not so much the subject, but the tactic that triggers reaction. Each judge will respond only to argument styles they favor. If a judge likes fact, use it once and he will join your side. Use it again and he will switch back just to further debate. Other arguments may not interest him at all. I wish you luck. I look forward to your defense of the Empire.
The minister had me insult 34 people. The best answer before yours was a smart slap in the face.
Ah, so you are the one who will debate the Outlander. I am the 5th of your 5 judges. Are you implying that I am predisposed to be weak in certain areas? I can't accept that. Some of my fellows, however, are another story. Scholars Zhao and Kai are easy to predict. Dismissing a weak argument gets their attention immediately and will spur them one way or another. He doesn't seem that interested in gathering any. He's clearly used to imposing his opinion regardless of the recipient's desire to have it. His points are debatable, but his presentation is not compatible with the garden. Yes, make certain you are ready. The Outlander will be a challenging opponent.
I greet you. My name is Scholar Kai, and I will be the 4th of 5 judges for the debate. I suggest you don't mess it up. I am always impartial, but some of my fellows are easy to goad into decisions if you know their tastes. The minister is particularly fond of confrontational arguments. Respond in a rage and you are sure to engage him. Some arguments may win a judge's favor while turning another away. Vary your topics so that you don't end up manipulating the same judges over and over. He is an insult to our accomplishments as a people. If you fail in the debate, at least take him to task physically. I don't care where he came from. Anything to get him on his way. The Outlander uses flawed logic. Don't allow him to taint this forum of culture and intellect.
His title mystifies me, except for the magnificent bastard portion. I'm fairly certain I know how he came by that part.
Greetings to you. I am Scholar Hang, and I will be serving as the 2nd of 5 judges for the debate. I look forward to honorable discourse. I'm sure the others agree that my tastes are balanced. The minister, however, is easily engaged by sympathetic pleas, as are scholars Zhao and Gu. I find their appreciation of such fawning to be distasteful, but that is one of the arguments they prefer. Try to choose your arguments in a sequence that eventually turns everyone in your favor. Don't worry about losing a vote on a single topic. I don't dislike him. I find some of his points to be worth discussing, but Sir Roderick is a bit disruptive for the garden. He may bring attention that we do not want. It would be best to peacefully encourage him to be on his way. Good luck against the Outlander. He is a tenacious speaker.
Oh, this is exciting. I've never been asked to jury a debate before, and now I'm the third of your 5 judges. My name is Scholar Zhao. I haven't given it much thought. I pictured myself as balanced, but some of the others are very specific in their tastes. Actually, you can sway Scholars Kai and Gu by mocking your opponent. I don't care for it, but they seem to respond quite vigorously. I've argued in this group of scholars many times before. We are so used to each other that we will change opinions just to further the debate. Don't worry so much about what you are saying when you respond. Just concentrate on how you say it. He is coarser than the thinkers I am used to, but on the whole I am not as upset by him as others appear to be. He seems bent on disruptive behavior. He should be encouraged to take that elsewhere. Good luck. This should be an interesting debate.
Well, ready to set the ponies in motion, are we? Let's declare some rules and get to it. You don't mind if I make this interesting, do you? Good. Don't want to set you off your game, but I thought we should ensure that the process was more entertaining than a simple checklist of virtue. It will be a simple matter. 5 judges, 6 topics. I'll pose my argument about why your foolish land stumbles like a child, and you try to answer. The judges will raise their arms to indicate whom they favor. Arms up for you, arms down for me. After 6 topics, if you have a majority, you are the winner. By the Queen's corset, if you get them all on your side at any time, I'll declare the match over. Now, shall we proceed? I will pull no punches, and I expect no mercy on your part. Let's see which of us is truly superior. Well, what shall be my first point of contention? I know, the most basic of concerns for a culture, the currency of its economy. What manner of society would use the silver coin as the basis of trade? Gold is clearly superior, which you admit by using it for important statuary. Your understanding of what determines value is flawed. Your rebuttal? Well, you are clearly in the minority, but I can spare no quarter. To the next topic. I call attention to the arrogance of your empire. You simply assume that all lands outside your borders are the domain of barbarians and monsters. How can you truly know they are uncivilized until you've proven it by conquest? Crush them beneath your heel. You sit here thinking while far-off lands yearn for direction, not unlike what I am attempting with you. Well, a majority on your side, but the debate is not over yet. Shall I draw attention to your foolish reliance on personal combat? You've got strange dragon powder arms, but you waste them on spectacle and flying chariots. Any decently civilized people would have developed a proper array of personal sidearms by now, like old Mirabelle here. Well, a majority on your side, but the debate is not over yet. I challenge your foolish beliefs and the irrational behaviors they produce. Dragons, spirits, and even talk of unresting dead. Pah! Just look at the collective foolishness that you call a floating palace. The constant superstitious yammering of your peasants even has me seeing it. And how the bloody hell would you get a moat up there? It's ridiculous, I say. Well, a majority on your side, but the debate is not over yet. I say that you don't seem to understand the relationship between the ruling class and the peasantry. Your commoners are far too happy to be productive. A proper spiral of misery shows that they are doing a decent day's work. Your peasants only suffer because of foolish superstitions about the dead walking around. Well, you are clearly in the minority, but I can spare no quarter. To the next topic. This will be the final topic. If you don't have a majority at the end of this round, you will have to admit that I have outdone you. A simple criticism, your ridiculous clothes. Not a decently puffed pair of trousers to be seen. I ask you, what have you done on the pantaloon front? And why do you remain so clean when any sane man knows the only way to keep devils of the dark at bay is to be brash and to carry the air of the earth? Bathing is bad for the humors as well. Do you people know nothing of maintaining your bile? Well, that is all there is to it. You have failed to convince a majority of your own fellows that I am wrong.
He confuses me in much the same way.
Clearly, you all have much... What? No! You know all of my arguments. Besides, I've already proven that you speak... Well, good. Well, well. Well, you are... What? My monocle must be fond. I can't see anyone in my favor.
It appears they've reached a consensus against you, Sir Roderick.
Clearly these people are incapable of fairly comparing one of their own to an outsider. This is a farce. Then perhaps it was my mistake to think you would be open to anything other than your own backwards ideals. Pah! I seek satisfaction. You have bested me in debate, but true honor is decided on the dueling field. The entry hall here has walls to be up against, corners to be backed into, and floor enough on which to be down but not out. Whatever your metaphor, I'll beat it. Return to me when you are ready, and we will walk there together, just to ensure that no one gets lost or suffers an accident that would prevent a fair fight. Frankly, I don't know what you people are capable of. What? Good! Let's get this over with so I can return to schooling the rest of your fellows. I envy you. You're about to experience for the first time the skill that has forged an empire and traveled the world. There will be pain as well, but I imagine it will be almost worth it. Bloody hell! Sonic Burger! Bloody hell! Sonic Burger! Bloody hell! Sonic Burger! Bloody hell! Sonic Burger! That was a fine display of skill.
It was a fair fight, Sir Roderick. Within the rules you specified.
Yes, old boy, you've got it right. I was really sat down, I believe. Like the fall of the old bridge across the Grand. My humours are in disarray, I tell you. I suppose I should have seen it coming. Your win in the debate was a sure sign. I do believe I have underestimated the lot of you. Regardless, you have beaten me. That's a point of honor I cannot deny. Well, there's no other thing for it. Intended or not, you've earned a reward from me. The unsuccessful combatant in a duel must arrange a worthy gift for the victor. I wouldn't be much of an ambassador for my country if I didn't abide by its customs. The Duchess of Almsbottom's rules of engagement are quite clear on this matter. Mirabelle is yours. Treat her well. She's a finicky lady. Right, first of all, off my travelling trousers. We will darken this garden no more.